Hey food lovers, welcome back to the channel. Now, India is known for its rich culture, beautiful landscapes, and of course, its food. But today, we're diving into something a little more unusual. We're talking about the foods from across India, dishes that might just challenge your taste buds in the most unexpected ways. Listen, I've seen some shocking things in my kitchens, but let me tell you, India's got a few tricks up its sleeve that would make even the most seasoned chef raise an eyebrow. We're talking about ingredients and flavor combinations that'll make you wonder, did they really just serve that? From squirming worms to fermented fish, this list is not for the faint of heart. So if you're an adventurous eater, or just curious about what's cooking in the more eccentric corners of India, then keep watching. Let's jump right into number 10. At number 10, we have a signature dish from Assam. You think you've had weird? This is just the beginning, mate. Kar is made using raw papaya pulses and get this, alkaline water extracted from the ashes of sun-dried banana peels. Banana peels? Are you having a laugh? It's a bit of a shocker when you hear about the banana peel part, right? But trust me, it's what gives the dish its distinctive taste. That's right, banana peel water. It's like someone went dumpster diving in a monkey enclosure and said, "Let's make this edible." Is often served with rice and is known for its unique earthy flavor and slightly bitter aftertaste. Earthy? It's probably got bits of dirt in it too. Listen, I'm all for pushing boundaries in the kitchen, but this one's a bit much, even for me. Maybe stick to a banana bread pudding, yeah? Coming in at number 9 is a dish made from the brains of goats, lambs, or even chickens. Brains? Seriously? You're eating something that used to think. Popular in cities like Mumbai, this dish involves frying the brain with spices, making it a crispy, flavorful treat. Crispy brains? That's a new one. The texture? Soft and creamy on the inside and crunchy on the outside. Oh, fantastic. Just what I want. A creamy brain explosion in my mouth. It might sound a little off-putting, but for those in the know, it's a delicacy. A delicacy? More like a dare from a mate who lost a bet. Look, I've worked with offal. I've even served sweetbreads. But brains? That's a whole different level of adventurous eating. If you're brave enough to try it, more power to you. Just don't come crying to me if you start speaking in bleats. At number 8, we have this slow-cooked stew is typically made from beef or mutton, and while that might sound standard enough, what makes it weird is the cooking process. Oh really? Because I thought a stew made of cow stomach lining was weird enough. The meat is cooked overnight, sometimes for up to 12 hours, and it's served with a side of deep-fried bread. 12 hours? That's longer than some of my contestants have lasted in my kitchen. But the real kicker? It's often eaten for breakfast. Breakfast? Who in their right mind wakes up and craves a bowl of stewed stomach lining? Imagine starting your day with a rich, spicy meat stew. Totally a unique breakfast experience. Unique? It's bloody insane. I'd rather have a raw egg smoothie than this for breakfast. Listen, I appreciate a good stew, but this is just wrong. It's like eating your dinner leftovers in the shower. It just shouldn't be done. Next up, at number 7, is farcha from Kerala. Now, fried chicken is nothing new, but farcha takes it to the next level. Oh, does it now? Because I'm pretty sure I've seen it all when it comes to fried chicken. It's fried in a special blend of spices and herbs, and then it's sometimes served with the head of the chicken still attached. The head? Are you having a giraffe? Yes, you're getting the full experience of the bird. Beak, eyes, and all. Beak, eyes, the lot? It's like they're trying to give their customers nightmares. It's crunchy, spicy, and definitely not for everyone. You can say that again. I'd rather eat my own shoe than stare down a chicken head while I'm trying to enjoy my dinner. Look, I'm all for using the whole animal, but there's a line, and serving a chicken head crosses it. It's wasteful, it's disrespectful, and frankly, it's just bloody disturbing. Number 6 is a Himachali dish called siddu. It's a kind of stuffed bread made from wheat flour, which is steamed, not baked. But what makes this dish unusual is that it's often stuffed with things like lamb or mutton, sometimes even cooked with dried fruits. Mutton stuffed bread? Who comes up with this stuff? The flavor combination might surprise you, and its dense texture makes it a hearty meal that's eaten with ghee or chutney. Surprise me? I'm bloody horrified. It's like they took a perfectly good loaf of bread and decided to give it an identity crisis. Look, I love a good lamb chop as much as the next bloke, but stuffing it into bread? That's just wrong. It's like putting mashed potatoes in a cake. It's just not natural. And don't even get me started on the dried fruits. Sweet and savory has its place, but this ain't it. It's like they're trying to create a dish that offends every single one of your taste buds at the same time. Number 5 is something you might have never expected. Dosa with ice cream. Yes, you heard that right. Dosa, a traditional South Indian crispy pancake, is sometimes paired with a scoop of ice cream. Ice cream on a dosa? This is a joke, right? It's a quirky fusion of hot and cold, savory and sweet. Quirky? It's bloody sacrilege. It's like putting ketchup on a creme brulee. It's just wrong. You can find this surprising combo in some restaurants in places like Bangalore or Chennai. Surprising? It's downright offensive. I'd rather eat a plate of deep-fried grasshoppers than subject my taste buds to this kind of torture. The crunchy dosa with the creamy ice cream? It's a bizarre but surprisingly delicious combination. Delicious? You've got to be kidding me. It's like a culinary car crash. You can't look away, but you know it's going to be a disaster. Chapter 7. At number 4, we've got Chingri Malay curry and Bapa Eilish, two Bengal classics. But it's the preparation of Bapa Eilish, or steamed hilsa fish, that gets a little strange. Strange? You're telling me that steaming fish in mustard paste is strange? That's the least of your worries, mate. This dish is made with fish that's steamed in a mustard paste and then flavored with spices, which gives it a pungent, intense taste. Pungent? It's like a skunk took a bath in a spice rack and then died in your mouth. Some people find the fish's strong, distinctive smell a little overpowering, but if you can handle it, this is a dish you won't forget. Overpowering? It's like a punch in the face with a fish. I've smelled socks after a marathon that were more appealing than this. Listen, I love seafood, but this is just taking the mickey. It's like they took a perfectly good fish and decided to torture it with spices before serving it up. Number 3 brings us to kudi pidi, a rice flour dumpling dish from Kerala. It's typically made by steaming rice flour and then mixing it with a combination of coconut, jaggery, and spices. But here's where it gets interesting. The steamed dough balls are often paired with something as unexpected as fish curry. Fish curry? With sweet dumplings? Are you trying to give me a heart attack? Mixing these sweet, soft dumplings with a spicy fish curry creates a quirky fusion of flavors that is quite typical in Kerala cuisine. Quirky? It's bloody barbaric. It's like putting sugar on your sushi. It's just wrong. Look, I'm all for trying new things, but this is just taking the piss. It's like they scraped the bottom of the pantry and said, let's see if we can make this edible. And don't even get me started on the texture. Sweet, soft dumplings swimming in a spicy fish curry. It's like a culinary nightmare. I'd rather eat a bowl of cold porridge than subject my stomach to this kind of abuse. At number 2, we have chauka, a dish that's a little outside the box. Or should I say, outside the farm. It's a dish made from grasshoppers, deep-fried and seasoned with spices. Yes, you read that right. It's a popular snack in parts of Madhya Pradesh, where it's enjoyed with onions and chutney. The crunchy texture and smoky flavor might just change your perception of insects forever. Insects? You're having a laugh, right? I've seen more appetizing things stuck to my shoe. Look, I'm all for sustainable eating, but there's a limit. I'd rather eat a plate of my own hair than munch down on a bunch of crunchy critters. And don't even get me started on the smoky flavor. It's probably the sound of their little grasshopper souls screaming as they hit the deep fryer. And at number 1, we have one of the most unusual takes on a comfort food. Maggi with cheese and raw eggs. Raw eggs? In instant noodles? This is a new low, even for college students. Maggi noodles, already a favorite snack for many, gets an extreme makeover with cheese and raw eggs added right on top. The raw egg gets cooked in the hot noodles, and the gooey cheese makes it extra rich. Rich? It's probably richer in salmonella than flavor. It's a popular late-night snack among college students across India, and while it may sound strange, it's a combination that's unexpectedly addictive. Addictive? It's probably more like a cry for help than a culinary masterpiece. Look, I've seen some things in my time, but this takes the biscuit. It's like they took a perfectly good pack of instant noodles and decided to weaponize it. If you're ever feeling brave or stupid, give it a go. But don't come crying to me when you're praying to the porcelain god. So there you have it, 10 of the weirdest, most unique foods you can find in India. Some of these dishes might seem strange, but they're part of the country's incredible culinary diversity. Diversity? It's more like a culinary asylum. Would you be brave enough to try any of these? Or maybe you've tried one already? Let me know in the comments below. If you have tried any of these, you're braver than me. I wouldn't touch most of that lot with a 10-foot pole. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on another weird food adventure. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time with more crazy culinary stories. Until then, stay hungry and adventurous. And for God's sake, stick to the normal food.